Hi, everyone. So, a new time today. I'm trying something new. Welcome to Left Undone, Incomplete Investigations. I see some of you here, Salty and Loose Can. Hey, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. So, if you're new there, Angel Hugs, hi. If you're new here, please say hello in the chat. Good to see you. Hi, Stella. And just a new time. I'm going to try this 2 o'clock hour here on Saturdays. Christian, hey. And we'll see how it goes. So my name is Kathy. I am a registered nurse, true crime creator on YouTube, and a whole lot of other things. But right now, if you're new, that's who I am, and it's great to have you here. I do all things true crime, but mostly Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell case, which is coming up very soon. It's going to go to trial. So, hi, everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button and say hello. I didn't do anything with my hair, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to try not to look at my own self here. So, how's everybody? How was everybody's holidays? Everybody good? Anything new? Oh, look, I got my wrong name up there. I got my one from my childbirth thing. Let me see if I can change that. I'll change it to actually just my name instead of RN. That's not really appropriate for here. I guess I can't. Oh, what? I'm Kathy Brooks RN today. So I don't even know how to do that. All right. Well, anyway. Hey, Jess Sage. Long time. How are you? Nice to see you. Ignore the RN over my name there. I mean, I am an RN, so it's fine. But I did a video for my childbirth class. I recorded it yesterday. And that's why I put my RN on there. That's a different channel, though. So anyway, hello. Okay, so what's new? Has everybody listened to the recording of the Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell hearing that went on this week with Lori apparently wearing a pink shirt, red lipstick, and I think there's a picture here Nate had put up. Let me see if I can find it for you. Let's see here. We'll watch some of this in a minute, but let's see. I think we got to go. Hold on. Share this one instead. And Lori coming out of. There's Lori with her curly curls. How's she curling her hair in jail? And she's got her lipstick on. And Larry was super funny. He said he was just really glad that she was out there in the snow cold. The Skittles lipstick, yeah. So funny. Hi, everybody. Hi, Christie's. Nice to see you guys. Hey, Jenny. So, so there's Lori, in all of Lori's glory of trying to look pretty for the cameras that she may see on her way in and out. And Chad, obviously she wants Chad to see her looking very Lori. Hair's not quite so blonde anymore. I'm wondering how she does the curls. Just kind of funny that she's very vain, obviously. So vain. Anybody else that was in jail, they'd come in with their hair in a ponytail, kind of just some conservative outfit and be done with it. But no, Lori, she's going to go to town with the hair. Hello. Part of me wants to, that was one of the questions I was going to ask you guys. Part of me really wants to see Lori take a deal and have to testify against Chad. Because she will, right? That would be kind of the thing. She takes the deal. She has to come on the stand and testify and tell what she knows about Chad, and she'll have taken the deal. Do you guys think, what do you think? Do you think they're going to take a deal, either of them? Do you think that's even going to happen? Do you think that's kind of where they're leaning? I kind of get the sense that Lori more than Chad is leaning that way. She curls her hair with socks. Is that what it was? She just puts ties socks. I saw somebody, I think, on a TikTok doing that. I just roll it and then tie them. I don't know if my hair would look that, but she's a hairdresser, so. Right? Veronica, I'd rather see Chad take a deal more than Lori. She's the puppet master. I can't fit, I go back and forth on that still, Veronica. I still think that for whatever reason, she bought into this crap about being the queen of the 144,000. Lori is such a narcissist that she wants to be the most important person in the room, in the world. And Chad told her she was. I mean, because why else would she dump a nice looking guy like Charles and kill him for Chud? Chins. I mean, Chad, he's an author. She doesn't even, he doesn't even make any money. Tammy was making the money over there. It was all about the life insurance, I guess, as far when the financial part comes, right? So I don't know. Let me see what Jenny says here. I think Archibald really wants her to take a deal and he's trying to get it to happen. Pryor seems to think he can argue his way out of everything. Yeah, I agree. I just listened to that this morning, the whole hearing and them trying to like the unconstitutional of the death penalty and I heard Archibald saying nobody really ever gets put to death. So it's just a waste of time and money. But if nobody really gets put to death, then why are you so worried about her being sentenced to death? It's almost like, I hear what you're saying, but I don't really think you're thinking about the well-being of anybody but your client, right? Christy, yes, I think Lori is leaning towards a deal. Archie is a smart attorney, certainly more experienced than Pryor. Yeah. So, honestly, if this was me and I was Lori and I was the murderer, I'd probably take a deal and figure I don't want to risk the whole thing. But I don't know. I'm not a murderer, so I can't really think like that. But it just seems like I'd rather be just like, okay, all this court stuff, just let me settle in. Let me get my little cell somewhere. Let me get some books to read. Maybe I can learn a new hobby. And then, live until I die on my own. Hey, Ruby, you're not late. You're fine. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. So, do you guys like this time? This 2:00 my time for Saturdays? What do you think? It's in the middle of the day, so I probably couldn't do it all the time because things come up sometimes, if my kids are here or something. But I kind of like the 2:00 instead of me having to get up in the morning, take care of everything, on a Saturday. You do? Perfect. Thank you. You do? Oh, good. Okay. Good to know. And I don't think there's a whole lot of other creators unless they come along and squash me like they've been known to do, sabotage my time frame. I don't think there's a whole lot that all you guys follow that are on Saturday in the middle of the day. So it kind of seems like a decent time to me because I know a lot of people follow other channels. Oh, Ruby, good. And you're on the other side of the pond, so thank you. Perfect. Let's see. It's the kids for me. She was their mother and protector. Lori's been evil. Remember when she said to Tylee's dad, aunt, about running a car off a cliff? Yep. Great time for Christian, too. Good to know. Good to know. Thanks, you guys. If Lori takes a deal and gets life, she will have a better life than being on death row. So, you guys, I've started to watch that Netflix series about people that are on death row, and some of them actually fought to be on death row. Like for some reason, they wanted to be on death row. What they must have some other. I can't remember. It was a long time ago when I watched it. They won't get a deal. I know she's just. Bleh. So let me go back here real quick. I want to see. So it was this one. So Lori Vallow, Daybell, leaving the Fremont County Courthouse to be taken back to Madison County Jail. And then Nate did tweet throughout the morning's 2.5-hour hearing and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I did. Let me get that up. Nate's tweets. So let's see. So I got some tweets. I did copy these here. Let me get them. Okay, from bottom to top. Let me share this. So Nate said, first, Boyce denies motion for Lori and Chad to meet. Yay, that was a big one. I did not want them to have that powwow. What do you think about that? That was such a relief to me that Nate said, not Nate, that the judge said, no, I don't see any point in that. Death row is really lonely, at least in Jenner Pop. If the child killer beats down ever stops, she can at least make some friends. Oh, okay. Interesting. And Lori probably wants to convert everybody into her crazy beliefs. Nothing with Fauna Fry at all. Nothing. I haven't heard anything. I don't think they've ever found her. Yeah, so that was good. I know. Well, I don't think that. So now Nate said that Lori looked over at Chad several times and he never looked. He just looked straight ahead. Even when the other attorneys were talking and stuff, Lori was looking at them and Chad was like his expression. If you looked at that, like one of those, just looks like such a dork. Portal out of order. I know, that's what I mean. Like, why are you guys all of a sudden need to meet on the real telephone and the real in person when you have a portal? I mean, we've been talking about this portal for 3 years. They even made a Lifetime movie with Lori going in the closet and getting the portal. And I swear that one police interview where she's after Charles is killed and they're questioning her and she goes, like she sits with her legs crossed. I swear she's going in her portal at that moment. Let me go back to Nate's tweets. So expresses security concerns not having a deputy in the room with Chad and Lori and says it's an idea that's full of pitfalls that would far outweigh any conveniences. Yes. That was a big one. That one that was the most nervous about that one. And then the other lawyer for Lori says, we don't believe the state is going to be able to prove Lori was a major contributor to the crime. We don't believe Lori actually participated in any of these events or that she even knew about them. She didn't anticipate them happening and certainly was not a participant. That is such I cannot even believe that they could even go there or say that. I mean, where were your kids when you got a 6-year-old? You just ran off, got married, you're cooking eggs when Melanie, the kid's gone and not a word about it. David and Melanie were there that morning, that JJ would have been killed that night. You ran to Hawaii again. Nate Eaton found you and talked to you and you didn't care about your kids at that moment. So how on earth can she say that she didn't even know about it or have anything to do with it? What are they going to do? Were they going to come up with some idea like, oh, well, Chad told me that he gave them to great Aunt Susie and she lives in a beautiful place behind the mountains and she was caring for Tylee and JJ the whole time. I didn't know they were dead. I thought my new husband was taking care of them and making them safe somewhere. Lori won't last a week on death row. She needs someone to talk to. Once those thoughts about everything she's done, she will break. Lori is scared, hence why she wanted that meeting with Chad. And she said something like, what does my husband think, when they were talking about a settlement? Let's see. Jenny, my theory is that Lori's counsel hung their heads in defeat when she insisted on that alibi and they had to go through with it. I mean, she's running. That's why I said she's clearly participating in her defense at this moment, right? Hi, Sun Hiker Mutt. Hello. I hope they have some solid proof, maybe Zalema statement. Yeah, well, I'm thinking that Zalema, Melanie Gibb, and Melanie Boudreaux-Pulowski have all made deals. It really looks like that to me. Really. I want to hear what they all have to say. I hope that at least they still do this. If we can't see the live court, I hope that at the end of the day, each day in the trial, they at least release the recording like they're doing with these preliminary things in these hearings. I really hope so, because I want to hear. I want to hear for myself what they're saying. Not one time she said Alex murdered her kids, even after Alex died. She still never spoke up. Right. And now she's like, oh, yeah, Alex murdered my kids in his apartment. I wasn't there. Okay, now you're saying this? You didn't call the police? You knew Alex? What? No. Yeah, it's illogical. I'm going to go back to Nate's tweets here. He says, Archibald, we need to be able to talk settlement and plan strategy as we prepare for settlement conferences, as we prepare for, this is supposed to be mediation. I'm asking for an order from the court, and I'd like it to start today. Blake offering rebuttal. We've still not heard one reason why the defendants themselves need to meet face to face. In addition to that, the defendants' respective counsel is not even in agreement about why they need to meet. Okay, so this is kind of before. What did I circle this one for? Archibald asks if he can provide some context for his request. The state sent us a letter asking if we wanted to settle the case or not. I took that to my client. Oh, this is what I was saying. I took that to my client, and she said, what does my husband think? She is married, and that's why I filed this motion. So he filed the motion because Lori wants to know what her husband thinks. I believe, yes, courts are open to the public. I think all courts are open to the public except for like juvenile court. But yeah, so whoever can get there and go in can do that. If anybody wants to do that and be the Left Undone on-site reporter, that'd be great. I can't go to Idaho for 10 weeks. I'm still on the fence if they're going to get the cases severed too after I listen to that recording. What do you think about that? Lots could have stopped this murder. A lot of people, even people that are just hiding in the shadows right now, even those little powwow girls when they did their little circle, witchy witch circle thing that they were doing, at the houses. Oh, you're funny. Yeah, no cameras. They aren't going to have cameras. As far as we know, unless someone changes their mind. I know a lot of the families are really bummed because they can't, people have to work and stuff. They can't take 10 weeks to get off. I know that Kresha is JJ's aunt, Kay Woodcock's daughter. I know that she's trying to raise money to be able to afford to go there for that period of time. I saw a brief thing about that. So yeah, me too, Christian. I work too much too. I would like to go, but this is not my day job. So if it was, I would go. Oh, that would be great, Jess. I'll try to make it for some if you can help keep me posted on best days, etc. Sure. Everybody, if we can get Jess, you're not too far from there, right? Like not super close, but not super far. Yeah, witchy witch. Right? What were they doing their circle thing? And I remember Zach said he walked in and they are all like, they're doing their like, what was that? What was that thing they were saying they were doing? They were casting out. Yeah, they're casting out circle. I just picture them with like hoods on and like, ooh. And then Zach walking in like, what are these women all doing in here with their circle of casting out? I cast out. I'm curious as to why there are no leaks coming from the jails where Chud and Lori are being held. Are they isolated or a gag order or anyone being held with them? Yeah, I don't know. There's not been anything, has there? Where did they decide they're going to hold court? They're going to hold court in, where are they holding court, you guys? they've changed this and talked about it so many times. Um, are they going to hold it in Idaho Falls? I forgot. I don't even know. Somebody tell me. I think due to the charges, they'd be isolated. Maybe. Have we froze? I hope not. Did you freeze? Boise. Okay. Boise. Jess, how far are you from Boise? Thank you, Laura Nelson. Let me go back to over here. Nate's tweets. And Archibald says the state has it in their interest to settle due to high cost of trial. If we don't settle, then it goes to trial. So they really do want to settle, it seems. It really seems like they want to settle. Archibald, Lori's. Okay. I thought Ada County, 45 minutes from Boise. So see, this is why I keep getting confused with that whole thing. I'm not super familiar with Idaho and all the counties. And I know that there's 2 counties involved because Tammy and Chad lived in one county and Rexburg's in another county. There's Fremont and there's Madison. Is that because they don't want details come out? I think it's about the jury, getting a jury that's not super knowledgeable at the case, maybe. That's probably why. Veronica says, trial going to be severed because the state still hasn't tested the evidence they have, and Chad's attorney said he will need more time for an expert. If I have to go to trial, his client will be ineffective. Yes. So Chad's lawyer, Pryor, says there's some new DNA evidence that wasn't found right away that's found now that the state lab still has, and they've had it for 5.5 months. And he has to have it by February 20th or something, somewhere around there, in order for him to be able to represent Chad in April. If he doesn't have that evidence by then, he said, Judge Boyce says they'll most likely have to sever the case at that point, because Lori has not waived her speedy trial. Like, she has not waived it. She wants her speedy trial. And he said if he pushes it back as far as Pryor wants to, then that's her constitutional right. And that's going to be a big problem. So we can't mess up Lori's constitutional right because Pryor needs more time. So at that point, they'll probably sever it. And if that, so the state prosecutors are like, we're trying to get it. We want to get it. We want to get that information ASAP. It's not our fault. And even Pryor said it's not the prosecutor's fault. And so Pryor did say that as much as I like Chad, he will file ineffective counsel if that happens. Let's say, on that same note, the state lab in Idaho got the Brian Kohlberger DNA process quickly. The prosecution may be able to force them to move faster. Yeah, that's true. Same state, right? Idaho. So it's probably the same lab. Leah, it's a mess, right? It's a mess. It's been a mess, and it's still a mess, right? Oh my gosh, yeah. It's just I feel like it's been so long because when I started my channel, this was the first case I followed. And that was January of 2020, I think, is when I made my first video. And then in February of 2020 is when I got the zombie email. And I don't even know if I should say anything. Anyway, when I got the zombie email, I made a video of it. I wasn't live streaming yet. And I kind of wish I didn't know. I was so new on YouTube. I kind of wish I would have just gone on and live streamed that, because I have never, not one other creator, nobody has ever said that I broke that story. They all call it the Reddit the Reddit zombie thing, and I'm totally the one that broke it, but I don't cry about it. Only once in a while I bring it up, but it's just so funny because I see other people crying about the fact when they do something first, other creators, and they're all wah wah wah, and then they don't give other creators any credit for the things that they broke first. So poo on everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, new subject. Back. I just had to get that off my chest for a second. Let's see. So what I was gonna say is, so when that came, I had that by February, and then we didn't know where these kids were. Everybody was like, "Oh, they're alive. Oh, they're dead. Oh, they're alive. Oh, they're dead." And then the next thing Lori and Chad were in Hawaii, and Nate's finding them. And then by June, the bodies. So it's just feels like it's been going on for so long. Because right now in 2023, yep, my channel right now is 3 years old. Right now this month. So, and the case has been day one, I started following this case. So how many more? Can we go 3 more years? Let's hope not. I want to put them away and sing na 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 na. Some of us have been around long enough to remember. Yes, thank you, Jenny. Some of you have. You guys have been loyal. I'm really happy about that. Thank you so much for being loyal. You really did break that story. I did. I know. I mean, yes, thank you for acknowledging that. I really appreciate that. I did break that story. But everybody gives Reddit the credit because the person that said it to me posted on Reddit later. And then, everybody gives Reddit the credit. But I actually have spoken to the people that wrote that. I've never given their names. I've never revealed who they are directly, but I have spoken to them on the phone, in email. It's several women that were powwowing, talking about what Melanie Gibb told them, and they wrote it down. One person took notes. They emailed it to each other, and then someone emailed it to me. And they were surprised. They were like, how did you get that? Because one of them leaked it. Hi there. How are you? Good to see you. KB86. All right. So, Nate, we'll see what happens with the whole death penalty off the table thing. And this is, I think, oh, yeah, this is the beginning. Okay, so Lori had entered the courtroom wearing a pink blouse, black dress pants. She had red lipstick on and her hair is curled. She looked over at Chad as she entered. Chad, in a white shirt and tie, has been looking straight ahead. So that one. So that was all the Nate thing. Hi, Jean P. I was watching Annie's live from yesterday. I can't help but wonder what the hell Zelema was doing when she thought she was flying over Charles' car, sending bombs his. I mean, it's like they're all on some freaking psychedelics or something, right? Like, what? And then all those other text messages were like, Chad said I caused that earthquake this morning in wherever the heck. And Lori's like, yes, you did. You are a goddess. I also, yeah, you are also, yes, I was. I did. I got that one. Well, one of my subscribers sent it to me that night. The Gabby Petito one when it was first breaking. So there was no one else following it when I put that video up. I thought this one's going to be interesting. So I stayed up that night really late and I made that first video, and then started doing lives about it. And then it just took off after that. Do you think she was laying on her bed, Superman style? Oh my God, I just visualized that. I totally just visualized that. Can you imagine? Oh my God. I totally can picture her doing that. Her her texts to Chad were so lame and so like needy. And so, what do you think? Am I being, is there somebody attacking me? Is there evil spirits attacking me, Chad? You know, like she was so whiny in those texts. Like, I asked Chad, I was like, I'm surprised Dilemma didn't get kicked out of the group, because Lori did not like all those girls texting Chad all the time. She made pew, pew, pew noises too. Like Atari. Pew, 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 pew. Yep. Lori is a serial killer. She is. Right? Like, hi, PLM. How are you? You're fine. This is a casual Saturday live stream. And let's see. Did I miss anything? So let's watch Chatty Chubs. Chatty Chubs. Chad Chubs. Chad Chin Chubs. Whatever. I want to watch Kay and Larry's interview. So let me play that. Let me get that up. We can listen to that because I thought that was interesting. And that's why I named this live stream. Lori's getting run over by a steamroller, or thrown under a steamroller, not just a bus. Why does this thing look crooked on my head? I can't figure it out. It's like something wrong here. I wish, you know what I need to do is like put a tape over the actual screen. I don't have to be weird about that. Okay, let's listen to Kay and Larry. Hold on. All righty. I got to share. Present, share screen. Let me know if you have any audio issues. It should be fine.
The Healing Sanctuary is a groundbreaking medical clinic located in Idaho Falls that specializes in traditional
Commercial
and integrative
first.
medicine.
Get rid
Our
of the
primary focus is on healing from the
You hear
inside
okay?
out and getting to the root cause of your health issues. Call or visit the Healing Sanctuary today.
I'm Nate Eaton, chatting with Larry and Kay Woodcock. Before we get going, I just want to wish Kay a happy birthday. Kay,
Thank you, Nate.
happy birthday. I'm assuming you're home in Louisiana?
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, here in Idaho this morning, we had a couple of motions, several motions actually, before Judge Boyce. I know you all have been monitoring the updates. I'd love to get your thoughts overall. First of all, the one that a lot of people seem to be talking is the motion for the Lori and Chad to meet up to discuss strategy and settlement. The judge denied that. Your thoughts about the denial, and your thoughts that maybe there's talk of a settlement?
The judge denying that request, thank goodness he did that. That just seemed off the wall kind of request. I think Lori just simply wanted to see Chad in person and to maybe figure out if she's going to turn on him, or I don't know. There's got to be more to it than just them wanting to meet and strategize. They have lawyers to do that for them. So I think it was just a raw request from her because she just wanted to know. She's probably not figuring if he still loves her, if he's going to throw her under the bus or what. So I just think she's looking for clarification, and I'm glad she didn't get it.
I was happy with the ruling the judge made in that issue. I did not expect anything other than that. There was no way the court, I felt like, was going to allow them to meet face to face without a state prosecutor, a sheriff's deputy, or somebody to be in there. So I didn't hold much validity to that was going to go through. I just felt like it was kind of a mute issue.
They could have had a face to face with one of us in the room.
Oh, absolutely.
We would have done that.
Oh,
That
Welcome that.
Oh, please give me
would
that.
have been okay.
Yeah, I'll pay for that.
Yeah.
You just put me in the room with both of them and lock the door, and I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that it was. I thought overall it was a good day. There's a couple of motions that he's going to come back on. I expect those motions to be favorable, but you never know. I think Lori tried to press around the court to get Chad to address her. Obviously, he never turned and looked at her. He never turned his head.
So that's what we heard, right?
And so I feel like that Chad is at the point now where if she doesn't believe it, and I'm going to tell her right here, Lori, you're fixing to get thrown totally on the bus. In fact, you're not going to get thrown under a bus. You're going to get thrown under a steamroller. You may as well accept that. Chad is not your friend. Their attorneys are not your friend. And I truly believe they are going to throw her under a bus the moment the case opens.
His attorney, Chad's attorney, when this issue was discussed about the meeting, said, I want to be clear, I don't agree to the term strategy. There's no strategy. We're going to trial. We're preparing our defense. They can strategize. We're not strategizing. So to your point, Larry, it seems as if they're already trying to, set the path forward for them. And as far as I saw, Chad did not look at her one time. He was fixed ahead. Lori leaned back kind of in her chair to look behind her attorney's back over at him and was attentive to whoever was speaking. He just was straight ahead. So Larry, you mentioned the death penalty motions that even her own attorney admitted are quite technical and basically procedural in a way. You have to file them. The judge didn't rule on that. The other issue was Chad's attorney asking to push this back another year, which I'm sure to have it be continued a whole nother year for you guys was not something you would want to hear.
No,
No.
that was the part. The attorneys have said since this started, what's been 2.5 years now, they've said, we're ready to go to trial. They're not. They're no more prepared to go to trial than I am to climb Mount Everest. It's not going to happen. And I think that they've been trying to play the court. And I think they're basing their case now on technicalities, which I understand. They got a group of people somewhere getting paid a lot of money just to give Soros-backed attorneys, information on how to help a case out. That's public knowledge. Everybody knows that. But I really feel like that their attorneys are just not prepared. I don't think they are. They claim they are. I don't believe it.
Do you all believe the trial really will happen in April?
I do.
I feel like it will.
I feel very
right now,
optimistic.
Kay and I both are praying. The world's praying that this goes forward and that we have a good, honest, straight up trial on the evidence. If you go to trial on the evidence, you can make all the excuses that you want to. Charles was killed. JJ was killed. Tolly was killed. And Tammy, I apologize. And Tammy was killed. Take it for the evidence. There's going to be terabytes of evidence. And I believe that this case is going to be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. I don't think they can make all the excuses. They can have all of the backing of anybody out there in the country. But in the end, they're guilty. They're guilty of murder of 2 children. 2 children. And they cannot ever make me believe that they did not have an intent to kill those children from the beginning, and that Lori was not involved in it, and that Chad was unaware of it. That is the sickest excuse for a living human being I have ever heard. And their attorneys are to go to bed at night when they walk in their home and their families and say, they're wrong. This is wrong. These people are guilty. I know they got a job to do, and I'll shake their hands and I'll tell them hello, just like I've always done. And I understand they got a job to do, and I accept that. But in their hearts, they have to know this is wrong, and they did wrong.
Would you all be open if they suddenly said, we'll take a plea agreement and then there wouldn't be a trial?
It would be, we have been digging into this, and they had talked about some mediation. We read the order whenever it came out. And so I really am not real sure about all that. And I guess, think time will tell how that's going to play out. I imagine they're willing to give up a little bit, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't think if the decision is mine, I don't have a whole lot I'll give up for that. If anybody asks my opinion.
Yeah.
There's not much to give up. Maybe not death, maybe take death off the table. I don't know, but I don't know enough about it to make an informed decision.
Yeah.
But I am researching it now, and talking to a few people, and just learning this process.
But the thing is, we're open to sitting down with anybody. As far as giving up, no, absolutely not. They murdered 2 kids. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to add?
Well, I was so happy to see snow and ice and cold weather up there when she walked out.
Oh,
With no coat on.
With no coat on. I wish the truck would have been locked. I wish that they had dropped the keys someplace and left them inside so that she had to stay outside in that cold. But it was a good day.
Too bad she didn't have to sit out in the cold a little longer. That just cracked me up, because that is so true. And if you guys, I just posted season 2, episode 7 on Afterglow on the podcast platform. And it's the welfare check when the cops come to the door with Lori. And she's like, he's like, I'm frozen too, or whatever. They're kind of joking about the fact that she's saying that Melanie Gibb has JJ at frozen too. And the cop is like, I'm frozen too. And she's like, I know, it's so cold here. I don't even know if I can make it through a whole winter here. La, 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 la. So I know I started to talk muted. Sorry. I got you though. I fixed it faster than I normally do. But Lori, yeah. Hi, Funda Cruz. Larry cracks me up, because I totally know he says what we're thinking. Like, freaking Lori, she doesn't want to be out there in the cold. She thinks she's a princess. Hello, hi, baby doll. Yeah, Kay and Larry, they've had such grace and poise through this whole thing. I don't think I could have been as graceful as they have been. They are just amazing. From the first press conference, when I first saw them the very first time, that press conference and interviews, and then that second press conference, Larry was so stressed and he didn't feel good, so he couldn't even make it. It's just, they've just been through a lot. I can't even imagine being in their shoes. First Charles, was murdered, and they're like, this is wrong. He was murdered. Nobody's really listening. And then, then there goes JJ missing, and now JJ's murdered. I mean, it's just sickening. Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, they are awesome. They are awesome. I know it was quick. What Carrie say? I think Pryor's playing that he didn't grant severance, so I will say I need more time than he will have to because Lori wants a speedy trial. Yeah, Lori wants. I think it's leaning towards that. If that now Boyce won't do it if that evidence, that DNA stuff is ready. I think Pryor's a little bit glad that there's one more thing that isn't been given to him yet, because I think that gives him a little ticket to keep going. But, a couple months ago, he was like, no, I want to go in January. Oh, thank you, Ruby. Thank you. It's in the top 10% on Buzzsprout. It's not in anything on the podcast platforms. It doesn't get enough, but it is in the top 10% on Buzzsprout, which is the platform I use to post my my podcast. Prosecutors have to test that DNA, right? And Carrie, we were kind of saying the opposite, that Lori is going to make a deal and testify against Chad, but who knows? Veronica, I'm here at work listening, training on cleaning and suctioning a trach. Ugh. I hate that. Ugh, I can't do that. That is one nursing thing that just trachs. I can't do them. Give me a childbirth, mushy, bloody, gutty anytime, but not a trach. Help me understand why the DNA has never been resolved. So apparently there was some new DNA discovered that wasn't initially discovered. That's how I'm understanding it. So it's not DNA that they already had. It's some other piece of DNA that was discovered somewhere on some evidence that is now being tested. And it's been tied up for about 5 months. So it was new. That's how I'm understanding it. If somebody understands it differently, let me know. But so that's why. So nobody knew about this 5 or 6 months ago. It's discovered in the last, 5 or 6 months. Funny how only Pryor is worried about the new DNA and not Archibald. Right. So does that mean that the DNA would be more related to Lori and not Chad? Because Pryor seems to think it's something that would help defend his client, this DNA. Right. And that's what it was. He was needing more time for this newest evidence, right? Exactly. So this is new DNA evidence, and he wants more time for it. And Archibald's like, we don't need it. We don't need more time. Let's go. So it must be something to do with proving that Lori had more to do with it than Chad, or somehow like that, or some Alex DNA. Dental surgery assistant here in Gory is the name of my game. I can do any kind of blood and guts. I just can't do that trach stuff. I can do blood. I can do gut. I don't like trauma either. Okay, there's a lot I don't do. I'm an OB nurse, like down and up, get the baby, slimy baby. Here you go. Bloody mess. It's okay. Just not trach stuff. Carrie, they found hair on the tape that was on JJ's body. I don't think that's new, though. I don't think that's new. I think Archibald is more of a realist. He knows he can't get her acquitted. Pryor, for some reason, thinks he can win. Yeah. I know. Why? Why does he think he can win? Because he wants to blame everything on Lori and Alex. And maybe if they weren't in Chad's backyard, but kind of hard. Your wife was still alive and those kids were buried in your backyard and you're talking about raccoons and you're worried and you're nervous when the police are there and you're calling Lori at the jail or she calls you and you're like, well, what do you mean? They're in the house? In the yard. They're in the yard? Okay. Should we pray? Can we talk to you later? You know, he knew what was happening. He knew those bodies were back there. So, you know, I don't know why Pryor thinks he could get them off. They're freaking bodies in his backyard. And I know Daybell kids are saying that Lori framed their dad. So what'd you do? Take him to the movies or out for a weekend into a cozy hotel? And then Alex came along and buried bodies while he was gone, but Tammy was still there. None of it makes sense to me. Oh, maybe the DNA is because they found the raccoon. Raccoon DNA? Yeah. I know. Yeah, it's got to be something. Jason, I would bet dollars to donuts it's not exculpatory. Yeah, that's what they're trying to say, right? It seems more likely to me that a hair would be from Lori because Alex is bald. Whatever it is, I hope it nails her. Yeah. I mean, what else could it be, right? Some kind of hair or... Do we know if there was a bullet found near or in Tylee's remains? I don't know. I've never heard anything about that. That'd be interesting to know. Lori filed an alibi motion. Never heard of that before. Why would they show their hand? I know, that was weird, right? The alibi. Lori wasn't there when Alex killed her kids in Alex's apartment. But she's not being accused of murder. She's being accused of conspiracy to commit murder. So good luck, right? Good luck, Lori. The convo with both of them was a smoking gun. It's so obviously neither of the kids were in the backyard. Yeah, right? Exactly. Like there, you can't, that conversation, that was so completely obvious that they knew what was being found in that backyard that day. Isn't the DNA found on the duct tape? Well, see, now I always heard there was DNA in the duct tape, but I'm wondering if this is something completely different than that. They're kind of keeping us in the dark, not letting us in all these court hearings and stuff. Nate said that there is proof that Lori conspired and assisted in the deaths of the children and Tammy. Oh, yeah, that's what, right, Marilyn, that's what Rob Wood said. There's proof. Oh, I know. That alibi was ridiculous. I mean, Lori has an alibi now. Oh, yeah. I was at the nail salon that day when Alex was killing my kids. So I have nothing to do with it. Can I go now? Can I go home now? Oh, hey, look. Go ahead, lady. She's their mother and never reported them. Exactly. So it's a freaking joke, right? Like, come on. What mother is like, I don't know. All these crappy ones that are in jail now, you know, you hear of all these missing kids that don't be reported. Madalena Kochikari and all these other kids that go missing and no parents don't report them. Lori's in the same situation if she's going to say that. Poor Tammy. She just had a bit part in the saga. I know. Poor Tammy. Can you believe it? Yep. Okay. Searching the property. That's what he said. They're searching. No, they're in the house. No, searching the property. Chad has to defend himself against Tammy's death too. Right. There's another one. How you explain that one, bub? Judd. Tammy's death too. It'll be hard to explain a broken hyoid bone if that's what the autopsy shows. Oh. Lori provided the poison. Yeah. Or Zalema did with her trips to somewhere. You like my Lori voice? Haven't used my Lori voice in a while. It's cold here. I know, right? Her hair for court is just so dumb. Let's not forget Joe. She's been at this a while. Right. I mean, I'm super still suspicious of Joe Ryan's death. I don't think that was natural at all. You know, Annie's put out a lot of little weird different evidences about that, like the way the room was and the wine glasses. There was just stuff. There's just something there. Is John Pryor going to do the trial solo, or does he have to hire another counselor by law? I'm not sure. I can't. If he's doing it solo, that's pretty crazy. All these cases we see, they have like panels, like literally 3, 4. Even Lori started out with 3. Remember when Lori had Mark Means and that other guy and that woman in the very beginning when she came marching into court, with Chad in the stand in the courtroom and Kay and Larry and Colby, and she was all like in her orange lipstick. Thank goodness Tammy wasn't cremated. Yeah, that's huge. Huge. Oh, you like my headband? I got a whole set of these on Amazon. There are a bunch of different colors. You know what? Because I have a small head and hats look stupid on me. So when I was in Greece, my hair is always, it's so windy there. Certain times of the year it was so windy. So my hair is like, ah! So I bought these headbands and they, you know, you can make them smaller or bigger, but they came in a set. There are like 6 of them. And so my hair doesn't go crazy. But they were cheap. They were on Amazon. Could have been poisoning Tammy over time. Remember, Chad said she didn't go to doctors, so no one would find it. Yeah. But did she not go to doctors? I would love to know. Was Tammy getting her mammograms? Was Tammy getting her, you know, pap smears? I'm just a little curious about all that. Looks like she curled her hair on pencils. Somebody said socks and somebody else said toilet paper rolls. Kind of looks like toilet paper rolls, right? The way that the curls are like that big. Yeah, that no cremation is huge. Because they were able to exhume her. I read that Lori's sunglasses were found in Joe Ryan's apartment when they found his body. Window was open too. Oh, I didn't hear that. But I can tell you that I was told, and then okay, so April Raymond's mom, this is 3 years later. I'm going to talk about it. So April Raymond's mom, her name is Jody. She was talking to me initially in the beginning, and she told me a bunch of stuff that April had told her. And then this girl that was following our channel, what the heck was her name? Anyway, it was a fake name anyway. It doesn't matter. She wound up getting really weird to me, this girl. But I was talking to her, and she was kind of helping me with things like research and putting things together. And her name, God, I can't think of her name now. But anyway, it was a fake name. But somehow when we were talking on the phone, we realized we were from the same area and we knew people. One of my neighbors was her brother's friend. And then she was like, oh, I remember her real name now, but whatever. So she called Annie and talked to Annie after April Raymond's mom told me that Lori told April Raymond that she went with Tylee to Joe's house and took things. And then April had said, how did you get in? And she said, Tylee had a key. So I don't know, but this is all just hearsay, right? But I was like, that's really weird, because basically Lori had said she didn't want, the police to come in and get his important stuff like computers and watches and this and that. So anyway, this girl called Annie and told Annie this. And so Annie got that information. And then this girl, this woman, she got really weird. And she started calling me all the time. And I was working. I couldn't take her call. Like sometimes I could, when I'm working, I can look at my phone or post something or whatever on Facebook because I'm on hold at a doctor's office or something like that. I'm a case manager. So she said she was getting really weird. Like I wasn't answering her fast enough. And I'm like, okay, this is really bizarre. And so one day I didn't take her call. Can't remember exactly what happened, but somehow I didn't take her call or whatever. And she got really mad at me. And then right before that or after that, one day it was my birthday and I was getting ready to go out. It was a weekend. I was going to go out to dinner with my friend and she called me and I'm like, I'm in a hurry. I can't talk right now. It's my birthday. I'm going out. And she goes, go have a life. I was like, okay, you're crazy. And so then she got really mad at me. So what she did is she called April Raymond or Facebook messaged April Raymond. And she told April Raymond that she needs to go to the FBI and that she knows stuff about this case and that she's, blah, blah, blah. And so then April got really mad at her mom for telling me anything because I told Crazy Lady, I was so new. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing on this channel. So I'm like, how did I get in the middle of this case? I told Crazy Lady called Annie. Then Crazy Lady got mad at me. Crazy Lady told April Raymond that the FBI, she called the FBI and she reported her and all hell broke loose. And April Raymond told her mom she was never allowed to talk to me again. And so we haven't spoken in years now. But I mean, I could see April Raymond's whole point because I did tell this person who I thought I trusted. Oh, and then Crazy Lady, we knew somebody in common. So I got a hold of the guy that was my old neighbor that she knew because I found out her real name. And he's like, let me call her brother. So he calls her brother and her brother wants to talk to you. This is just so weird. Sidebar rabbit hole YouTube channel. And so her brother calls me and says, oh, she's crazy. We have our mom hidden from her. Like our mom is in a home and we have restraining orders against her and we don't even let our mom see her because So anyway, so her own family won't let her see her own mom because she was that kind of crazy. And then she went on that Facebook group with all those people that got really mean. I'm not going to mention the name. Starts with a C. And she went on there and then she started blasting me on that Facebook group. And then a lot of people in that Facebook group started coming and sabotaging my channel. I was just a freaking mess. I'm surprised I kept my channel up after all that shit. Seriously. That's why I just like stay in my lane since then. Like, yeah, wackadoodle. But you never know. You never know who thinks they're having a parasocial relationship with you and that you're actually really and truly their friend. It's just bizarre. I just knew her through this case, right? Really. Yes, there was something to do with wine glasses, right? And Joe didn't drink wine. I'm wondering if Lori went over there and kind of was like, can I talk to you about something, Joe? I know we've been on the wrong side, blah, 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 for years, but I need to talk to you about something, to do with our daughter. And then she went over there with her freaking malachite or whatever the heck she uses. And she did something to him because there was no real autopsy on Joe. Look at what you got through and haven't given up. I mean, I have a regular little channel and it's nice. I like it. I like you guys. And but there have been times when I'm just like, oh my God, that trolls show up and people, I'm like, why am I putting up with this? But yeah, but I like it. I like the community that we have. I really do. I don't need it to be a huge channel with the chat going, So, Veronica Lynn, law enforcement told Chad Tammy's kids their mom was asphyxiated. Oh, okay. So she's smothered. I think I remember that now. Yeah. I could see Lori using a ruse to get Joe to open the door and then being ambushed by her and Alex. Right? Something, like, I'm going to come talk. But what do they do? Sit there and drink wine while Joe laid there dying? Like, what's up with that? My hubby watched Annie's channel a while back and he pointed out a bunch of weird things in the photo of Joe's apartment. Yeah, see, I remember her saying Annie saying something about like he was super neat freak, like, and then she also said that Lori's photo albums smelled like death. Remember, Lori got in the photo album somehow from Joe. Oh God, I can't remember. And Annie said they smelled really like death. Right. No internal exam done on Joe Ryan, right? Just like they're like, oh, he has, he was on medication for what? Alcohol medication and some other antihypertensive and a couple things like that. So they're just assumed, yeah, he's not a healthy guy. He just, I think I remember this story. People are crazy these days. That's why I don't talk to many people. Yeah, not kidding. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Ruby. Yes. Poor Joe's body was liquefied when they found him. Ew, he was really dead for a while. I think Lori took the photo albums from Joe's apartment when she went with Tylee. Yeah, she took, and that makes April's story from her mom make sense. They took things, right? They took the photo albums. Hi, Sabrina. Oh, you can rewatch. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I just decided to try a new time today on a middle of the day Saturday, but we're going to have to end pretty soon because I didn't want it to go super duper long. Oh, one more thing I wanted to play. Different subject. The Larry Millette, Maya Millette preliminary hearing is going on. Have you guys listened to that at all? I've heard bits and pieces, but I was looking in a Facebook group today and somebody had clipped a part of the court hearing, and his lawyer is this lady passed the bar. Oh, my hubby and I want to Greece, a bucket list trip. Any suggestions? Yeah, actually, if you go to my travel channel, have you seen my travel channel? It's called Beyond the Empty Nest. There's a video I put up recently about a perfect first timers itinerary on there. But basically it says for first timer going to Greece, you should go fly into Athens, then immediately fly into one of the islands, which I recommend doing Santorini first. Everybody needs to see Santorini. You don't have to stay there long, but I couldn't even believe it when I was there. I was like, oh my gosh, this doesn't even seem like a real place. It's just crazy, beautiful, amazing. And then stay in a Meravigli because it's a lot less expensive. It's on the highest part of the caldera. And then after that, take the ferry and go to another island, either Paros or Milos is what I would recommend. But there's a lot of other islands. Not Mykonos, although I may wind up going to Mykonos next because my son's 24 and I'm taking him, and it's like kind of a party area. Young people like Mykonos. But yeah, so check that out. And then when you're done at the last island, so what we did Santorini, Milos, Paros, and then flew back from Paros to Athens and then stayed in Athens a couple nights and stay in the Plaka area of Athens. That's my advice for you. But drop the link to your other channel. There is a lot of walking. There's a ton of walking. So you got to be careful. Like going up to the Acropolis would probably be hard, but you can go to the Acropolis Museum. It's right there. Staying where we stayed in Meravigli, a lot of steps up and down, but Greece is a lot of steps and stuff. It's not mobile friendly really at all, but there's places, if you look, you know, stay in maybe the bigger resorts and stuff that have wheelchair type access where you not really have to climb up to get in places, elevators, stuff like that. No donkeys. We did do the donkey. I can probably, let me see if I can find the link to give me 1 second. Shh. Sorry, I gotta go find I'm gonna put the link, I think. Here it is. Did one for the top beaches and here's the one. Okay, oops. Share. All right. Here's the link. And I'm also hooked on Yellowstone right now. I'm in season 2, episode like 6, I think. So yeah, that's my travel channel. Obviously, I can't put stuff up there all the time because I don't get to travel on a daily basis, but I've got a lot of stuff about Greece on there. Okay, so, oh yeah, so back to Larry Millette. I want to play this. His lawyer. Okay, you guys just got to hear this. Let me pull it up. Oh, there's 2 more things I want to talk about. Okay, hold on. This one. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Something happening here. I think I'll probably have to have you just listen through here because tell me if you can. No, it's not going to work. Shoot, how do I do this? Hold on, let me see. I had to download it, but I don't know how to make it so that you can hear it because it's not a tab. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I could do this. Share. Window. Is this it? Yeah. Let's see. Is this it? Is this it? Tell me if you can hear it. Well, that's not working. Oh, I wanted you to hear this, but I can't make it work because I had to download it. Okay, let me stop sharing that. So basically, it's hilarious because she's talking and she says, to whoever's on the stand, she's like, could Maya have been picked up by an Uber? And he's like, well, you know, so they're talking about the Uber and she's like, what about FedEx? And he's like, well, what do you mean? Well, couldn't she have been picked up by FedEx? And he's like, FedEx? And she's like, yes, FedEx. And he's like, well, Uber kind of picks up people. It's like a ride share, picks up people, and FedEx picks up packages. So like what? Like in a box, in a package? I'm like, oh my God, this lady. Oh, it was just hilarious. I really wish I could let you hear it. I just don't know how to make that happen now. Because when I pulled it up on here, it would not open. It's I saved it as an attachment. Anyway, that's the gist of it though. It was like, what are you talking about, lady? FedEx? Like Maya just got in a FedEx truck and took off? What? Or maybe she's trying to tie it into the fact that that one little girl that got, what was that girl's name? The little girl recently that got kidnapped by the FedEx driver. Maybe Maya got kidnapped by a FedEx driver. Oh, you're welcome. You're very welcome. So that one. Oh, and then the other one I was going to see. Wait, which one is this? Oh, that's interesting, Jean. Yeah, they'll sabotage that for sure. I know. I mean, I just thought that was hilarious. You have to hear it. I have it on my phone, but my phone's being my camera right now. Otherwise, I can play that for you. But it's hilarious. Like she's asking if Maya could have gotten in the FedEx. Yeah, no. FedEx did not pick up Maya. But this is an attorney. Like this is a real lawyer defending a murder suspect in California. Like this woman passed the bar. Right? I was like, oh my God. I wish I could find it. Maybe I could find it somewhere online. Hold on. Let me just try one more time. Larry attorney FedEx picked. I don't know. I'm just Googling. I'm not finding it. Videos. This is all just no, I can't find it. I don't want to waste time doing that. But that was basically, it was just a couple seconds. And I was like, I had to listen to that a couple times. I was like, are you kidding me right now? She's asking if Maya would have been picked up by Uber or FedEx. No, but she was picked up by UPS. What the hell? Yeah, right? And the detective was almost laughing about a FedEx comment. I mean, Maya left on her own in 5 different boxes, right? Exactly. Horrible. I mean, obviously, he could probably go ahead and keep this attorney and then appeal for ineffective counsel, right? Since when does FedEx pick up residents in the middle of the night? I know. Is that like their new thing? Hey, let me get my FedEx app. I need a ride to this concert. Let's see what happens. Yes, that Athena. She's the one. Such a horrible, sad case. Yeah, she shipped herself somewhere. It's just the most bizarre thing ever. This woman actually said. I was just like, wait, what? I was like, maybe it's over here. I think I can get a ride with FedEx. Who knew? Goodness, she is perfect for Larry. Oh, I got it. Okay, it's on this group. It's in this group. So let me see if I can play it. It's in this Facebook group. know if it's, how can I play it without? I don't know. I mean, it's in a Facebook group that I'm in, but I don't know. Is that like illegal for me to share a group? Let me see what happens when I play. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. I got it. I made it big screen. So hold on. Let me just do this one more time and share it with you. I do got it. I do got it. I do got it. I got it. Okay. Wait, hold on a second. All right, can you see it? You can see it. Okay, let me hit play.
The reason for you checking for the Uber deliveries to the Millette residents?
To see if there was a possibility that May had left the residence not in one of her vehicles, but had gotten picked up by somebody.
And that would be Uber.
That is correct.
How about FedEx? I'm sorry? FedEx.
What about?
Would that be a possibility also, that perhaps she was picked up by FedEx truck?
What do you mean by that? As a passenger in a package? What do you mean by FedEx?
Well, it would be the same thing with Uber. Would she be in a package?
Well, Uber's design is as a passenger. FedEx's design is as a package. So I'm kind of confused with your question.
Ah, I did it again. I'm back. Okay, I know. Phew. Me and my mute button. My mute button. Larry and Barry killed their wives. Barry got away with Suzanne's murder. Larry won't. Well, hopefully, Larry won't get away. The judge was so patient and during the questioning for Bonita to protect the witnesses. Yeah, I haven't been able to watch a whole lot of it because it's during work, but I have seen some clips, and so it's just this is a long preliminary hearing too. There's a video of Larry driving off with May at 6 a.m. and he went to the beach for 11 hours with his son, leaving the other kids at home. Right. And he turned his phone off the entire time. Yep. All right. So that was a creepy question, right? She might have gone and he might have shipped her in FedEx box, but she didn't do it on her own, if that's what happened. So one more thing I want to show you, because this was supposed to only go an hour and we're going on an hour and a half. So one more thing I was going to show you. Let me find it. It was, so the Mad Greek is mad. I just want to know you guys' opinion on this. So, you know, the People magazine that came out about the Idaho murders, saying that an ex-employee said that Brian would come into the Mad Greek and order pizza, vegetarian or vegan pizza. And that's how he knew of the girls. Zena and Maddie worked there. So, this is what the Mad Greek had to say on their Facebook page. Oops, wrong one. Okay, let me share. The Mad Greek says the news media should really do their due diligence before running a story with completely fabricated information. This will be my only response to the story from people. It is not true. This person who wants their 5 minutes of fame has now caused a whole bunch of extra work for myself and the investigators. I also have not forbidden employees from speaking to reporters. We all decided collectively to support the families and not share anything that could potentially harm the investigation or cause the families more stress. To all media, reporters, internet sleuths, etc., please allow us to grieve the loss of our friends and coworkers. This has been incredibly hard on us, with our phones ringing off the hook, reporters banging on my door at my private residence, and hunting down employees, as well as showing up constantly at the restaurant. We have not been afforded the time to grieve. Please stop calling, messaging, knocking, and showing up. I personally will not be doing any interviews or entertaining wild accusations at this time. My employees also feel the same. To all others, please don't believe everything you read. It is not coming from the courts or the police. Wait until it does or doesn't before judging. To everyone who has supported myself, my family, and my employees, thank you for your kind words and support. Help us get through each day while we navigate these unknown times. Respectively, Jackie Fisher, Mad Greek. What do you think about that? Watching. We got 52 people on and 52 thumbs up. That is awesome. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. That is awesome. That's really nice when everybody does do that. Thank you. Have you heard the video from the neighbor's doorbell camera? It's about 8 gunshots. I did. That is creepy. But then they said that they can't actually prove it was gunshots. Sounds like gunshots to me. I see what you're saying. Hey, come on. You guys made me really happy for a minute there. Let's give me some now that I'm disappointed. 5 thumbs up. I heard the leaked audio from the Idaho case and I wish I had it. Ugh. So, I don't know. The Mad Greek is mad. And who knows? And then somebody looked into the person that wrote the article and they're like a legitimate reporter. So, and it's an anonymous person. And, it does make sense though. Mad Greek, I mentioned this on Discord, but I'll say it again. I think Moscow is fed up and just want life to be normal. Yeah, I think they're just over it. I'd be over it. Like, everybody go away. We've had a horrible winter with people being murdered, young people, and everybody go away. I would think that they would be like that. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. So, I don't know, but it's not really, they're not really saying anything that's not crazy to believe. I mean, he was a vegan. When you Google vegan restaurants in Moscow, Mad Greek is the first one that comes up. If he hung out there, he probably did eat there at some point. And it's not really that big of a stretch that he would have came in contact with those girls, because something led him to go to those people and kill those exact people. What was it? I mean, why'd he pick them if he never seen them before? He had to come and just my opinion is he had to come in contact with them at some point in some way. And it makes sense that it would have been in that restaurant if 2 of them worked there. Everything will be affected. I've been obsessed with these murders. I'm sure. Yeah, business is being affected. I'm sure it is. People has been getting a lot of scoops. Do people use that scoop? Yeah, I got the scoop. I always said that. I probably still say the scoop. I got the scoop. Well, we're supposed to say the T now, right? I think scoop is old school and T is new school. This detective let Bonita, she sounds ridiculous about the FedEx comment. For sure. For sure. Not blaming the victim, but Maddie caught his attention. Her Instagram was really easy to find. That's the other thing, you guys. You got to be careful. Kids, especially social media. You know, people can find you, and there's crazy people out there. There are. Yeah, that's true. They will. All right. 3:33, hour and a half long. My friends tell me my lives get too long, so I'm going to oblige and tell them I got the tea and it's hot. Yes, there you go. So thank you guys. I like this time too. It's the middle of the day on a Saturday when I'm, I still gotta work on the next episode of Afterglow. But if you're not listening to Afterglow, get over there. It's getting some really good reviews because it's such a deep dive, and I put everything in chronological order from the beginning, and I'm trying to put as many audio clips of the interviews, like the one I posted this weekend is the interview when Tylee and Lori and Melanie Gibb go to the police station, and everything's in chronological order from Charles begging for help all the way, like before and everything. So, but I am putting them on YouTube too. I put one up today. Season 1, episode 5, part 2 is up today. And it just takes me a little bit to get them on YouTube. The audio will get better because I got a new microphone. And so the microphone I'm using before wasn't as good. It was cheaper. So thanks to some donations and stuff that I've gotten for my channel, I've been able to buy a new microphone. So I thank you for that. And so anyway, the audio will get better, and I'm going to keep putting them on YouTube. It's just going to take me a minute because I know a lot of people don't listen to the podcast on the podcasts. So people did this to the bakery shop on Main Street in town as well as the Corner Club. Oh, interesting. All right. I'm dragging my feet here. Okay, guys. Thank you all. Appreciate you so much. I thank you for being loyal. Left Undoners. Left Undoners? I don't have a nickname for you guys. So I will be back, and we'll try to do these on more Saturday afternoons. You guys seem to like the 2 p.m. So I appreciate it. And I will talk to you all soon. All right. See you in Discord if you're a member over there. Hi, Lori. Bye. We're hanging up. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Stay safe. Stay well. Bye.